And once you got to high school, did you also play linebacker only, or did you play offense?
Actually, all I played was linebacker, but my senior year, I played tailback.
Okay.
Actually, yeah, I played a little tailback too, but linebacker, that's my calling. You know, I like hurting people.
Mm-hmm.
You know, I get excitement out of that. So you know, it's kind of like I didn't come out here to be friends. So you know, I came out here to kill. Like you know, like for me, I was trying to get away from Vicksburg, and I knew playing around wasn't gonna get me there. So I had to get out of there. So I had to step on some toes and break some fingers. Hey, I gotta get up out of here.
Right. So you had that intrinsic motivation that okay, I'm playing. I love to play, but it's deeper than that. It's not just it's fun, but it's more than fun for me.
Oh, it's real.
Right.
I was like, it's real. It's like just like how the kids go out there and they play PS4 and they crazy. Nah, that's me on the football field. Like I go into like a Matrix moment.
Yeah, I know exactly what you mean. Right, you went to Vicksburg High School.
Yeah, I went to Vicksburg. Yeah.
And they all did. By the time you got there, did they have like a winning tradition in terms of football?
See, actually, before I got there, they was just okay.
Mm-hmm.
But when my class got there from 10th grade until my senior year, all we did was win. I never lost more than 4 games in the season. 2 years we won district championship. Like in 1 year we went to North State. You know, I got to play against some of the best players in Mississippi at the time. Like there's this guy named Dantzler. I don't know if you remember Woody Dantzler from Clemson. He had a cousin that was from Starkville, and T. Millens. You got all these Mississippi State guys that was going to Starkville, and you know we was going at it.
Yeah,
we was going at it.
So you had some good competition.
Yeah. Especially that's when like in Mississippi 5A, especially at that time, that's where all your best schools was, all the big boys. And then for us, we played in the same district with the schools from Jackson, the state capital. So, but we ran them. We ran them.
Does Mississippi also have 6A or just?
Now they have 6A.
Okay.
Now it's 6A, but they just started that maybe a few years ago.
Okay.
A few years ago they started.
So did you play any other sports at Vicksburg? Or just
I actually played, like when I played basketball, I ran track the whole time I was at Vicksburg. I ran 100, 200, you know, 4x1, 4x2. You know, that's why for me running track, that's why I was ended up being ranked so high in Mississippi because of off of track. Because I used to have colleges coming to watch me run track.
Okay.
Like I remember I was at track practice. Nick Saban, I looked over, there was Nick Saban and the DB coach, but at this time he was at LSU. Because I actually was going to go to LSU just when he was there. You know, it was cool to see him there, you know. Like I had Nebraska, came to watch some like my district track meets. It was crazy. You know, I was a big boy. I ain't never think about, you know, I was that fast. But I trained to be like that. So you know, that's what you strive for.
Yeah. So so when you were playing basketball and running track, were you playing because it's fun, or was it another way to get better for football?
I actually like basketball. I like, you know, it was one of those, you know, for me, basketball is that sport, like, where I actually had to work at. You know, where football, it more came to me naturally. But basketball is where I had to actually go out there and dribble in the backyard, right hand, left hand, work on the layups, where, you know, football, I just have to lift a couple of ways, getting conditioning, and it's nothing. But basketball, if you're not shooting the ball, hey, you go out there and try to play a game, you're gonna brick. You're gonna brick the whole time, you know. And then basketball conditioning way different than football conditioning. You know, running in that gym. So you know, it was like one of them things. Like I just want to see what I can do. That was nice. I had to dunk on some people.
And what about track? That was something you also into? Just
I like track. I like track.
Okay.
Like because I was the fastest. I had the fastest 40 on my team 2 years in a row. You know, and so it was kind of like I was always one of the fastest. Because my other guy, he was the fastest person in 5A, and I would say I was like 5 or 6, like, you know, 5th or 6th. You know, where some days I get out there, you know, like I said, at this time I was already like 225 pounds.
Yeah.
I was like 16, so you know, I'm pulling some weight. You know what I mean? But I used to do my thing. I used to hold my own.
Yeah, and I see you ended up being, like you said, a top player in Mississippi in terms of football.
Yeah,
You already, go ahead.
Because like this, going into my senior year, so before that I never really went to all the camps. So that year I really grinding it out.
Like going to senior year.
Yeah, going to my senior year, I was like, okay, I'm gonna start going to camps. I went to the LSU camp, you know, I got the MVP there. Went to Grambling, got MVP, and I'm like, dang, you know, when I was checking my skills out, you know, all these different places, I'm seeing stacking up against different players. You know, I got to play against Calvin Johnson, you know, because both was the same age. So, you know, I got to see these guys. I'm like, damn, I'm actually pretty nice out here. Then we went to LSU, Auburn for the Nike camp. And that's when I ran a 4.38 going into my senior year. And that's when it just was like, yeah, I can do this. Yeah, I can do this. Like,
okay. Yeah, and I see before that you already had the mindset like, I'm taking this seriously. Like this is a real opportunity for me. And then you go into those camps and being able to perform with other, you know, quote unquote top athletes. That was just more of a confirmation for you right there to say.
Sure.
Cause did you have anybody in Mississippi tell you like, man, you should try to get into a big school? Like, did you have anybody around you?
You know, it was pretty much, you know, it was more like my dad, my mom, but like, it was split. Like, you know, being from Mississippi, you either got Mississippi State or you got Ole Miss.
Right.
So, you know, and the crazy thing, you still have Southern Mississippi there, but, you know, but when you're a Mississippi boy, you want to play SEC football.
Right.
So, it's, you know, for me, it was Mississippi State or Ole Miss. I thought about Nebraska, but when I flew out there on a visit, it was like minus 12 degrees, snow. I'm like, no. I'm a country boy. I'm used to the summers where I have on shorts. I mean the winters, I have on short pants for Christmas and stuff, you know. And it's, you know, Germany is cold. I get it. But it's not like...
It's not like Nebraska.
No, not like Nebraska. It's not like Nebraska.